Hey, welcome back to another Montreal Canadian podcast show with the hockey coach, Coach Francis, typically for the beautiful country of Thailand on amazing great Monday night, March 17th. Happy St. Patrick Day for all the Irish people around the world. Hopefully, an amazing great day. Thanks to join us tonight dialing in for a late show at the Montreal Canadiens. We just did the show and watched the game between the New Jersey Devils and the Columbus Blue Jacket, and the Devils, with the ex-goaltender Jake Allen, beat the Columbus by the score of 2-1. And that gave now the Columbus far for the Montreal Canadiens. So this is a good news to hear that the Columbus lost tonight. And also the Boston Bruins lost in overtime by the score 3-2 after a goal of Alex Stock and a power play. That gave only 1 point for the Boston Bruins. The Flyers are eliminated now of the race for with the Montreal behind the Montreal Canadiens. So a lot of great news around the Montreal Canadiens, and the Flame lost tonight. So maybe the Flame go down for a better pick for Montreal. We cannot ask her for more. Of course, going to be a short show tonight, only 60 minutes, and maybe more. Sometimes I like to talk more, but don't expect 2-3 hours. We just want to talk about Montreal Canadiens because I think I have a lot of great contents about the Montreal tonight. The beginning of the week, Montreal are going to play 3 games this week. Tomorrow, the biggest game of the season, in my opinion, for the Montreal Canadiens. I know we look like it's a record, right? We see the same thing every single game for the Montreal. But tomorrow, guys, it's another challenge. After they beat the Panthers Saturday, surprise many fans and the hockey world. The Montreal Canadiens play maybe the best game under Martin St. Louis in the last 3 seasons. And then tomorrow, I have a very big challenge. Ottawa Senators right now are hot team in NHL. Both teams win 7 in the last 10 games. So they are 2 teams right now. They are hot. And this is going to important for the Montreal Canadiens to try to reach and join the playoff spot for the New York Rangers. And, of course, get closer for Ottawa Senators. So, look, Sakisky versus Kachuk. Ulmark versus Montembeau. Laine Hudson versus Jake Sanderson. There's so many great matchups to what talking about the game tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. Of course, going to do a play-by-play. Join me live tomorrow night. And we're going to talk about the preview of the game the next couple of minutes, so don't go nowhere. Don't forget, please, to subscribe. Click on the likes. And, of course, you can see right here tomorrow night Ottawa Montreal. And Wednesday, what do you do, Coach? I don't know yet what I'm doing Wednesday. I'll be live. Now, can I do the Laval Rocket game? Maybe. The Rocket are the number 1 team in the American Hockey League. Sean Farrell. What a great month of Sean Farrell right now. 22 points on his last 17 game for the Sean Farrell. So if I don't do the Laval Rocket, I maybe do another play-by-play NHL game to see who is in the mix, like we did a little bit early tonight. So stay tuned. We're going to do a late show anyway if we do Laval Rocket, so like we do tonight. So we're going to be like this until to the end of the season, guys. We try to give you content. We'll try to give you some update. Montreal Canadiens return on the ice today. But there's some kind of animosity between Peseda and Jacky. That smell playoff. A practice when you have a fight on the ice. 2 teammates. They look like they're looking good now. They went to the restaurant tonight. But we're going to talk about all the news for the Montreal Canadiens, so stay tuned. And, of course, the subject of the night, guys, it's about this. And I think it's a good subject to talk about tonight. And I'm talking about who's the real Montreal Canadiens MVP in the season, Montreal Canadiens 2024-2025. And I think that will give you a bit an idea about the Montreal Canadiens, who make an impact since the beginning of the season, who make a difference for the Montreal Canadiens, who make the Montreal Canadiens better this year compared to the first 3 years under Martin St. Louis. And we want to share with you my opinion about who I think is MVP, but also from all of you, give us your projection of your MVP of the season, Montreal Canadiens. I know the season is not over, but we still, 16 games to go. I think it's a good opportunity talking about the MVP. We're going to talk about Martin St. Louis. The biggest subject tonight is Patrik Laine. I know some people want to talk about him yesterday. I was busy with other things. So I want to share with you Patrik Laine. Some people thinking we put him out of the box. We trash him, everything like that. I want to share it with you. Patrik Laine's situation. We'll talk about Ken Hughes, a couple of news, and then I have a biggest question of the night. You thought about the biggest question, MVP? No. I have a bigger question, guys. And I can't wait. You have to wait until to the end of the show because this could change the future of the Montreal Canadiens. How deep it is. So don't go nowhere. This is the place to be in the YouTube channel talking about your Montreal Canadiens, the Bleu Blanc Rouge. And before we start, of course, we want to thank all the moderators on the show tonight. And of course, RJ Calabo, the news and update. And then all the people, click on the like, please subscribe, click on the likes. This is the place to be. And like we do at the beginning of the show, we welcome everybody. Claude Richard from Ottawa, Nicolas de Goubi-Bono, Larry Lavallée back in the house. RJ Calabro, of course, we talk about Sebastian and back in the house, number 2, number 1, number 3. Jonathan and Boomram is in the house. Take a nap. I will take a nap after that at the beach. Peter Pensano, welcome back. Hopefully you're doing well. Thanks so much, Boomram, about your comments. Billy knocked the door. Welcome back. Gary Conway, the driver, the best driver of the UPS of the and the wall. Martin Sylvain Blanc for Martin Bezinet from Waterloo is in the house. AK from Edmonton, Alberta. AK is in the house talking about the Oilers. You're doing well. You have a great start of the week for everybody. St. Patrick, happy St. Patrick Day. St. Patrick Day for everyone. And Frankie back in the house again. And talk about Mathieu Olivier. Olivier scored his 16 goal of the season for the Columbus Blue Jacket, but the Columbus last tonight. Sanderman is in the house. Welcome back. Hudson MVP. Hudson, the Calder. A lot of people talking left and right. Nick Zuski for Claude Richard. If Roger Delaney would be here, he would said, of course, Nick Zuski. If Casey would be here, he would said Cole Caulfield. So a lot of great comments, a lot of great people in the chat. Don't forget, please, to click on the likes because if you are rock and roll like me and you want the Montreal Canadiens have a great rest of the remaining season, we need to talk about the Montreal Canadiens because this is the thing we're looking for, the Montreal Canadiens. Are you ready? Can we do that one more time? Bleu, blanc, rouge, le Canadien, le Canadien.
C'est dans notre sang, dans notre cœur, notre tradition, notre honneur. Le Canadien, c'est tout, c'est une partie de nous. Bleu, blanc, rouge, le Canadien,
le Canadien. Here we go. This is the sound of the week for me, guys. I'm dreaming about that team, and I just want to talk about the Montreal Canadiens. I don't know if fire me up. This is a playoff favor of the Montreal Canadiens. So hopefully you in the living room, maybe in the bedroom, maybe wherever you are, stand up and sing the Montreal Canadiens song because that's what we like to talk about. First of all, Montreal Canadiens. Well, some kind of the pushing on the ice between Pesada and Jakai during the practice this morning. You can see that the player are anxious. The player want the best for them. They want to make the team better. And you have some kind of anxiety on the ice during the practice. It's intense from Martin St. Louis. He want the players focus, but sometimes push around is not always as friendly, like a family. You have some kind of sister brother fight sometimes. The mom and dad fight sometimes. Not like fighting like that, but some kind of disagreement. That's happening today between Jakai and Pesada. But it looked like the family after that. They talk each other, and then they said, let's go. We'll have a good dinner together. So they want to eat together, Jakai and Pesada. So nothing big between both of them, nothing major. Can you talk a little bit more about the information about David Rebecca? We talked about this yesterday from Pascal Vincent. We announced David Rebecca, no problem major with the knee. Can you guarantee and tell everyone, no bad situation with Rebecca, structure, or everything is fine, just by precaution. They don't want to push too hard. They want to be sure he is ready. So good news to hear that. And of course, it was confirmed by Pascal Vincent yesterday. Can use re-answer the situation with David Rebecca. Now, Kaden Coley, guys, possible to return Montreal again before the end of the season. It looked like he's on an update approximately for 3 more weeks before we see Kaden Coley. So this is great news. It will be almost at the second week of April, maybe 3-4 game at Montreal Canadiens. Maybe Montreal will be in the race, still in the race of the playoff, or maybe they'll be in the playoff. So to add Kaden Crowley, that would be just an additional great news for the Montreal Canadiens. Everything like that. M26 is in the house. Bush is in the house. And a lot of people, guys, talking about everything, about these fun players. Happy to sad. Bleu Blanc Rouge, a great song. AK, you're right about that. So that's going to give you a little bit more information about the Montreal Canadiens. This show, guys, the late show is a flying information. Wait for your Q&A, guys. We have a lot of big subject tonight. I'm excited about talking about whatever happening with Montreal Canadiens. Here we go. I'm surprised everybody, guys. I'm going to talk about this. Ken Hughes announced publicly today he's going to make a move. He's going to get a second center for upcoming season. No doubt now, it's confirmed. Ken Hughes is going to make a trade during summer. His preference is to go by trade, not by UFA. This is what he's looking for. So, as a Montreal Canadiens fans, I'm sure you're excited to hear that. So it's not going to be Kirby Doc. It's not going to be Alex Newhook. It's not going to be Owen Beck. It's not going to be Kapanen. It's going to be a new center between Demidov and Patrik Laine next season. But who is going to be that center? Barzal? Zellinger? Bernier? I don't know. I have no answer. Is it Shine? O'Reilly? Is it a young prospect? Is it a prospect established at 24, 25 years old? Is it Zegras? Is it a center older between 28 to 32 years old? Is it a center transition? Is it a center a long term? I don't have the answer, and unfortunately, I cannot give you the answer. And I know some of you cannot have the right answer. You can have some target about that, but we have the answer. But here's my biggest question for you, and that's I want you guys to pay attention about that. Why? Because I think it's very important to understand, guys. To get and to pay the price of the second center in NHL, Montreal Canadiens have to sacrifice. Who are they going to sacrifice? And now it's your turn to tell me in the chat. Are you willing to trade Michael Edge? Are you willing to trade Jacob Fowler? Are you willing to trade Logan Mailloux? Are you willing to trade first round pick 2025? When I said that, now you can talk about me, Mike Madison, Josh Anderson, Alex Newhook, Kirby Doc. But that's not going to move the needle enough. You need bigger. So you can talk about Owen Beck, Kapanen, Florent Jacquet, Tyler Thorpe, Angstrom, Strobel. It's not good enough. But I would like to know from you tonight, what kind of trade are you willing to sacrifice for the Montreal Canadiens? I'm going to respond to you and to see what you're looking for. Mark, you have a center and Russia could get a fit. I don't think so. I don't think so. Gabriel, welcome in the house, by the way. Good night, Billy. Bunny, wow, Frankie. And after that, Luciano, subscriber again. Thank you again, Mr. Luciano, big before those guys are Billy. So Billy is willing to trade the first and maybe the first two picks for the Montreal and the Calgary Flame to get second center. And again, we're not talking, guys, to get Sidney Crosby or Bakel or whatever it is, the player. I want to know what you're willing to pay the price to get that players. This is what I'm looking for from you. And I think this is huge. And all the Montreal are willing, look like Hughes is willing to pay the price more. So what it would be the best thing to give you? Mark Elliott, sacrifice Mailloux plus first round pick. And maybe Roy, not Fowler or Michael Edge for Mark Elliott. And what you give up depend on the team you are dealing with for that center. If it's a rebuilding team, then pick a prospect will do. The center can use will trade for the players for his player is Vancouver Peterson. Interesting. Are you willing to pay $11.5 million for a Peterson for the next 6 years? With the season he just got. Can the Vancouver Canucks remain $5 million? I don't know. Wouldn't it be better for Montreal get Bowser over Pedersen and he's become UFA? I think for me, N26, I will refuse to get Elias Pedersen. But I can understand your point of view, by the way. Mickey Anderson block a shot with the J Wells. Here we go. I think he's going to be traded. So this is what I'm looking for you guys to tell me a little bit. What are you willing to pay Michael Edge? Is it going to be a better future, quicker, faster for the Montreal Canadiens to trade Michael Edge? Who are at the UFA Center? The best one, A2, is Sam Bennett and John Tavares. A2. They are the biggest name as a center. It's not better. After that, next year, it's McDavid, I believe. But, and now you talk about Mitch Marner, if you consider him a center, he's more like a winger. They are the big name over there. Brock Nielsen is another one. But they are F2, the one there. Basil, Bowser, or Orvat are option in that. Perfect. Now, what are you willing to trade for that? This is what I'm looking for. I want to see is one of you want to trade Jacob Fuller? Is one of you is willing to trade Michael Edge? That's a good point out that. But I will set Gagary first round, Roy, and Montreal first round, and 26 for Extra Bowl. Not good enough, Stan. And I will tell you why. Because what you said that, you gave only prospect and prospect B, not prospect A. I believe Montreal Canadiens are willing to trade Michael Edge to get that center. This is the piece of the puzzle. I know it's going to hurt to hear that, but you have to. And you have to. If you want to get a Basel, a Bo Horvat, a player established at 26, 27, 28 years old is going to be good for the Montreal for the next 5 years. And to push the quicker the rebuilding team, I think Montreal have to sacrifice a Michael Edge. No guarantee Michael Edge is going to be a 60-point in NHL, a second center yet. No guarantee there. He's going to be a good player, but you have to decide, and it's not enough Logan Mailloux. The only two players can make this and make a team sit on the table and talk to you. It's Michael Edge or Jacob Fuller. Welcome back, Butch. Yes, N26. Pazuki play better hockey game at Peterson. This is how it is. And he saved you $3 million. Take that $11 million to find a player with more grits, more a grinder, a sandpaper, a physical, a forward checker. You just add a soft player inside the Montreal Canadiens. This is not what they're looking for. This is my own opinion. And I say you're not right what you said. I just don't fit what they are looking for. Could be wrong. All that is interesting. Great F guy, but UFA will cost a long-term contract. You cannot just wait for prospect to develop. You have to look in to become a better team. All that trade for Mailloux first round Roy. Here's opening in our tap. That's not helping the Islanders. If Islander was decided to go on the rebuilding team, I would be agree with you, but they are not. The Islanders want right now players. They trade Nelson to get something in return, right? They still have Thompson. They still have Romanov, Sorokin, Barzal. and they have player like Ezerman's coming. So what happening there? Um, and the right D is not bad at all. So what happening there in our tap? You have to give them maybe a player established already in the team. So with that, I would say to you, you have to give over Roy and Alex Newhook, Josh Anderson, um, Mike Madison. I hope you try to understand. I hope you understand my point of view about that. Fuller is untouchable, but all that would be a good for the Ab and 26. Great Jason. They did not get anything on the roster for Nelson. They got Callum Ritchie, if I remember. They got a first round pick, if I remember. And Nelson was 32 years old. So we have to remember that, Jason. So if you trade at 28 years old, a player established like Bo Ovat, but now you're going to get something they want to get right away, immediately. Now, like I said, Islander, if they are going to rebuilding, now it's another version of what they're looking for. But I still don't believe it. I agree with you about the M. Dak is the first one for Zegras. I would do that. And the first one for Zegras, I would do that. I don't see. It's a bit like Elias Peterson. I don't. I need more of me. I'm not saying you're not right, A2 and N26, but I would like to Montreal get more physical players. A coach, a type of player like uh, Kadri, Bennett, Trocheck, walk, put their nose in front of the net. This is what I'm looking for. Not a center trade, but how about Mayu plus second round pick for the Anderson right defenseman? Now, what happening about this, Mark, is you switch your gear from what is the most important things is honestly the center. Now, the second situation for your right defenseman, I think Mayu could be an asset for that. Well, for me, it's not appealing yet because he's not proved anything yet in NHL and he's borderline. So you need more. I think if you go that direction, I will say to you, Mark, the Calgary will tell to you this one. They will say, give us Mayu, give us Owen Beck, and give us a second round pick, your second round pick 2025. Or the best second round pick they have, I think Pittsburgh will be lower. So that would be the way they will go that way, Mark. It's not Pittsburgh looking to get draft a pick. I believe they do. They have that many pick. You're right, Stan. Now, what they have is Raquel back well. I think it could be a good transition. N26 exige last week talked to us about two first round pick plus Owen Beck and plus someone. I think it was really too much for Backwell, Raquel. But I can understand. Another will want a goalie for all that 1-for-1. On the left side, they have Romanov. They have Pulak. I think that's a target player for that. I could put Caden Cooley on that list too. This is a player I didn't mention a lot. Caden Cooley could be on that kind of the trait right there. 7.1 for Zegras A2. I could be off about a couple of $1,000, but he's 7.1, 7.2 A2 on my head. Thanks for all the like we got so far, guys. Don't forget to click on the like if you don't mind. That'd be great. So this is a conversation. Pittsburgh will make a deal at the big push for Marner at the UF free market. I agree with you about that in our tap. They will have to get Mitch Marner and Pittsburgh. And to do that, they will have to trade Carlson to open more money for that. I think that would be the target for that one over there for Pittsburgh. So I don't want to pass the show only on that, but that gives you guys an indication what can you have to work on for the next couple of months to figure out. But definitely, guys, we're going to have a second center with the Montreal Canadiens in October 9 next year with Demidov on the left side. This is a good news for the Montreal Canadiens, and the fact that Ken Hughes sharing that, I'm getting more excited about this. And again, it's not guaranteed because they have a good year this year, they're going to repeat the same thing next year. It's not like always be that way, right? And sometimes it go up and down. But excited to hear that. So that was the first subject of the night, guys. We're going to rock and roll the show, like I said. The second thing, guys, it was the subject of the night. Who deserved the crown of the MVP for the Montreal Canadiens? And I put picture over there. And I could have more players, maybe. But I really believe those four players are really the one name that could be mentioned to become an MVP. But I could go with, honestly, with Al Sikorsky. But you have Cole Caulfield, Lane Hudson, Nick Suzuki, and Uri Sikorsky. They are right now the players, I believe. The three of them, honestly, are the MVP of Montreal Canadiens. Can we put Samuel Montembeault? I don't think so. I don't see anybody else. So I would like to hear from you. Not only tell me Nick Suzuki, but what the reason I believe that MVP make it fun for the Montreal Canadiens. Because Montreal Canadiens right now are going to add, I believe, with 16 games to go, 71 points, I believe they are going to reach the best total of the point under Martin St. Louis. They could have a really great end of the season, and we never know what could happen. But I think something happening this year. But what it would be that? What was the reason that player making an impact? He become the MVP for the Montreal Canadiens. Pittsburgh is crew. Does not matter who they get out along. They keep the aging star. Have a good night, Nicolas. Merci beaucoup, Nicolas, to stop by tonight. Have a great day tomorrow. Happy St. Patrick, Nicolas. I'll go see you tomorrow night for the Montreal Canadiens game. 7.7 for Zegras, 1 year left on the contract is an interesting test. You're right about that. So I was off. We are 7.1. Tage Thompson, I believe, is 7.1. So really off completely about Zegras. Now, the Onion Ducks is an interesting team because they have a lot of prospect there. The defenseman is good. The goaltender is good. I think to get Zegras will cost you a first-round pick and a solid prospect for the Montreal Canadiens. A Kapanen and the first-round pick of the Calgary Flames for Zegras. Now, you gave two good assets to take a risk, a little bit like Kirby Doc happening. Are you willing to try it again? Another player under 6 foot, he's honestly at 6 foot. Can Zegras with Patrik Laine and Demidov can bring you to the next level in the playoff? Can the intensity of Zegras with Laine together are going to be enough to play again Bennett, Marchand, and Kachuk? That's the reality behind that. It's not again Zegras or again your ID. I want to give you another perspective of what you bring on the table. This is why I like to do those kind of show because we have different assessment about the transaction, and we can sharing that. And nothing wrong with anybody here. And the one that then gave the Canadiens 20 point and 91 point. This is borderline, Sebastien, number 2. 91 point, guy. This is the limit they believe a team could make the playoff. Not guaranteed there. I think 92 may help the Montreal Canadiens to go in. I said a combination of 22 points for Montreal the last 16 games. I gave a lot of chance for Montreal to make the playoff. Hughes offered goalie both first round pick for Robert Thomas. That's a lot in return. It's not a bad idea. N26. I would like to keep one first round pick and maybe trade another prospect with that. Like it's a good conversation. And 26. Willie Snyder is in the house. Happy Monday, my friend. Happy St. Patrick Day. Thanks for all the life we got so far. So, honestly, now, who is your MVP? Is it Cole Caulfield? Is it Nick Suzuki? Is it Lane Hudson? Which one of them make an impact for the Montreal Canadiens? Suzuki is getting right now to become reach his highest total of the point in NHL. Possibly he reached the first a point per average per game. Cole Caulfield beat his record for 28. Already is at what, 33, I believe. And then you have Lane Hudson right now. His number are at the same caliber of the best defenseman at the first year in NHL in the last 30 years. He has the same number of point like Connor Bedard. We have an exception player in Montreal Canadiens. He's under our eyes, and we cannot confirm that. We're still looking for an exception players, a generation players. Maybe we have one. It's Lane Hudson. But is it good enough for him to be that MVP for the Montreal Canadiens this year? N26 all in with that trade. It's just not sure if it would be it would be hard to see that to leave Kaden Coley out, but you get another great center there. Hudson, Suzuki, and Caulfield. Here we go, A2. A2, we have the great comments of the night. I love it, that one, A2. So Amberville, Amber Woody back in the house. Senator getting greedier, and we are all talking Zegras. Should be talking Bennett. You're right. Now, Bennett is a UFA. Bennett will cost you $8.5 million to $9 million. Bennett give you about 45 points. Bennett will help you to score 20 goals, 25 goals per year. Bennett will be good on the PK. Bennett will be good on the power play. Bennett will be good on face-off. Bennett will be good on physicality. Bennett will be good on force checking. And Bennett will be there to defend other players on the ice. Question, are you willing to spend $9 million on that player? At the end, I don't have the answer, Willie. But sometimes, guys, it's about balance and the lineup, right? You try to put the best value of the money on the right player to helping that team to become better. I think that when the Canada win, and I could be wrong there because I don't remember the point he did, but Kadri, guys, he was the second role player behind McKinnon, Lance Tagog, and the rest of the team to win a Stanley Cup. This is what a center Bennett can bring for the Montreal Canadiens. The big question is, are you willing to pay that money on that player? MVP Hudson is helping the transition. He's transformed the team offensive prowess, improve the power play dramatically. Puck carrying, the defenseman, and all while being a rookie as a position that usually taking years to develop. Caulfield reach another level is at the most improvement forward by far. Suzuki MVP, no replacement for him. Suzuki has reached another level. It's all, guys. This is what I like, me. I cannot say A2 you're wrong. I cannot say to N26 you're wrong. I cannot say to Gary Cournoyer you're wrong. And I cannot say the same thing with Enartap. You bring what I'm looking for. Good point about the players. And I think the transformation Montreal Canadiens, the overall game on one area is really Lane Hudson. But the other side, you have a Cole Caulfield become an elite player on the both sides of the game. And Nick Suzuki make that team better on the 200 feet play game. Now, if you look about that, Nick Suzuki have a slump at the beginning of the year. He took him 20 games before he become who he is right now. Cole Caulfield, in my opinion, was the most consistency player. He had about 2 goals during 12 or 13 game or 10 game. And Laine is struggling just before the Four Nation. So everybody at the moment, but the MVP is honestly is a player if he was not playing on the ice and with the team, what would be his impact? Now, Coach Habs was there in the last couple of years. Laine is the first year with the Montreal Canadiens. In my opinion, slightly. It's like a teeny, slightly advantage Laine. I know, but Laine guy is the mother of that team. Is the catalyzer of that team. Laine at his best every game. He's the one make the Montreal Canadiens better. Laine played 23 minutes per game, 22 minutes per game, power play, 5 versus 5. The way he play on the both side of the game, and I know he's not big, I know, but the details of the game, guys. Nobody passed the pass. Nobody passed the puck like Laine. Nobody see the play like Laine. Nobody can skate like carrying the puck like Laine. Nobody fake and move from left to right, back and forth with Laine. One every time Laine had the puck on his stick, the opponent team is already on the hill. They don't know what's going to happening. So for me, I go with Laine for that one. I know it's hard, and I said I will going to repeat. Your answer is fun to mine. I will say to you, you're right. I cannot say you're wrong. At least you tell me Jake Evans. But that's the point behind that. That's why I would go with him from my selection MVP for that one. Let's see what we got here. But Florida will resign Bennett for sure. They will try to do it, Butch for sure. But remember, they have Anton Lundell over there. This is what I'm really interested in what the Flip Panther are going to do. Are they going to say, we're going to sign Bennett, and then Lundell would be the third center for 2-3 years, then we're going to move him as a winger. I don't have the right answer, Butch. You're right about this, Sebastian. At number 5, Wally come back. Hudson as a VP is amazing angling the puck, especially on the power play. You're right, Alex from Albuquerque back in the house. You're right about that. I agree with that. RJ continues to give us some update left and right for the game tomorrow. And if the Ab make the playoff, maybe Montembeau would be the MVP. Still some game left. He has been on the run lately. Great year. So many good stories. I agree with you about that. A2, great story. But I think the inconsistency of Montembeau during the year, in my opinion, it will not be the MVP. It could become the one reason when Montreal make the playoff. At the end, it's 6-0-1 right now. It can consist that way. But to be the MVP, I think it would be, I need more. He has a great year, maybe his best year in NHL. Madison have over 60 points last season with Alziski. What center is played with Caulfield? But we don't have any center, honestly. N26, in my opinion. I think if you look about the 60 point, I would say N26 for Madison. Um, it was created by many bad play on the game away puck. I think Hudson have a better year at Madison, and the power play Montreal is so much better this year with Hudson over Madison. The system of Montreal is so much better with Laine Hudson for that. And I would say to you, Zuski without Caulfield, what he will look like is Zuski. And I says Caulfield, like Zuski without Caulfield. I just feel like he bring another dimension to the thing on that one. But just talking to some of my friends today, and they are mostly Leaf fans. They all find it hard to believe Montreal are play supreme hockey as the late everything like that. But I think there's not only them. Many people around the world are very around the world and NHL are surprised on Martin St. Louis players right now. Raphael, the MVP is a world team deal and done nothing to add. Suzuki MVP easy. Just think if I have a second line, how many points would he have? Honestly, I don't think he would have more points. A second center, Suzuki is not play so many minutes. It would be less minutes for Suzuki. The Montreal Canadiens have a better balanced team, but I don't think so. That would increasing Suzuki point. The fact we don't have a second center, increasing the number of points of Suzuki. Said that, that's not Suzuki play a bad game, but I think that's the reason behind that. Frank, pretty sure they will maybe try Demidov at center. I don't think so, Frankie. I think it would be a mistake to put Demidov as a center. Boomerang said it's more difficult for Suzuki to take another player. All good here. When you talk about the rebuilding, sometimes you need it with the data. If the Avalanche get Lindy back, they would be scary about that. You're right about this, Willie. Now they have to wait at the playoff to increase it because the salary cap is a problem over there. But if they get at that player, the depth, just let's the guy on the bench and play on the third line for 9. It's already a plus for the Avalanche. Colorado are hot right now. They are 8-9 games straight with 1 point plus. They all play solid hockey. The traded line, the actual player, they add Nelson and everybody else helping them for sure. And McKinnon play his best hockey again for the team. This is Colorado going to be a dangerous team. Bad news for the Winnipeg Jets, the Dollar Star. You see the Colorado Avalanche to play that kind of game without Rantanen anymore. Very impressive now with Martin Nekash and the rest of the team. Go Habs, go N26, Naja, N26 with Alex. Thanks for all the like we got so far, guys. That will be the MVP of the night for the Montreal Canadiens. We're not done yet. We have other things to talk about for the Montreal Canadiens, and we'll see. Hey, it's a new one, guys. We can move the camera right now. It's really interesting about that. Now, I want to talk about one subject in NHL, then I'm going to talk about Patrik Laine, so stay tuned, and Martin St. Louis. The NHL, we have the fewest penalty per game in NHL, guys. 2.73 per game. And 20,000, it was 4.5 game penalty per game. Now, I want to give you guys something here. They have less penalty in NHL, like not many. That's crazy, guys. 2 power play per team per game. That's 4 power play right there. The Winnipeg Jets are the number 1 power play goal in NHL with 31%. The Vegas Golden Knights are 28.9. And you have the Detroit 28.3. What is impressive, guys, if you look about the power play of the Winnipeg Jets, they don't have a snapper like the Ovechkin, the Senkos, or it's really a team concept with Max Sheffley, Villardi, corners, Morrissey, and they drive to the net. If you look about the power play, if you study the power play, you look about the clip. I look about 20 of them. They don't have a format like the Toronto Maple Leaf or the Montreal or the Colorado Avalanche, right? With McCarr. It's a team unit together, and they play a really crash to the net. The Vegas Golden Knights is fun, but I want to talk about the Detroit Red Wings. Why, Coach? The Detroit Red Wings at 28.3, guys. This is the best power play in the history of the Detroit Red Wings. Lindstrom, Tatchuk, Eiserman, Robitaille, Brett Hall, Adam Oates, and I can go all the way, guys. Federal. They never have a power play like this year. That's crazy. If you think about that. And the reason behind that, guys, is all because of Patrik Laine. But I want to give you some stat. And I want to bring you, and the reason I want to bring you guys is this part. The Jets are going to score approximately 70 goals this year on power play. And they are the number one in NHL. And 2000 to 2008, they have 26 teams score 70 goals per season on power play. And then you have 15 teams score 100 power play goals per season, guys. 20 years ago, 15 years ago. What transformed everything? Why the reason we are that way? The power play, the PK in NHL is one of the worst in the last couple of years, by the way. We don't have any more 85, 89, 90%. So is it more difficult to score on the power play because we don't have enough penalties? Is it the referee put the whistle in the pocket? What's the biggest problem? And then with less penalty, but you still have some team have very successful power play. Is it a PK? It's not the same anymore. That's a transformation in our game on special team. So before that, you have more penalty, better chance to put the puck in the net. And this year we don't have the same kind. This is the lowest penalty, 2.73, and the NHL history, 107 years. That's crazy. It's not 3 power play per game. So what's the point behind that? But you cannot win game anymore if you don't have 5 versus 5. If your 5 versus 5 is not good anymore, it's not your power play is going to help me anymore, like it was before. Of course, a power play goal makes its friends. But if you don't have enough per game, how many times Montreal have only 1 power play per game? 2 max. It's happened many times. We don't draw penalty anymore. Here the concern there. Adjustment for Frankie. Goalies and defense are in system are better. Boomram talk about the goalies. Thanks for the likes. Detroit has come along as well, definitely a contender. And guys, I did not talk about deeper, but the Detroit sent the coach Brian McClellan. The power play of Detroit is at 34.5, I believe. That's crazy. Raymond Seller, Kane, Larkin. You're right, Frankie. 3-line can score Boomram. Kyle Connor is a snapper, but he's not the snapper at the same level as Ovechkin and Stamkos. Yes, you have a good one-timer shot, but it's not the same level, in my opinion. It's a second level behind that. But I can understand that. Because you always have the best breakdown. That was 100% point. Thanks so much, really appreciate that. I hope Cody come back with 5 games left. Sobol has been really good. But you're right about this. I think that's what we got so far. So I think give you guys an idea. Goalie are bigger, better, and have bigger equipment. Also, not many defensemen with becoming a booming slap shot any longer. But with the advanced hockey equipment, and today the game is so much faster, been lighter. Not a great comment, guys. Just give you an idea, guys, how it is for the Montreal Canadiens and the power play and NHL. We're not done, guys, because we're going to stay a little bit longer, if you don't mind. I have a couple of more subjects. And on that one, guys, I have 2 of them. I have a few of them, but I want to give you that one. I know I want to talk about not the Martin Saint Louis yet. I want to talk about Patrik Laine. We barely talk about that. I'm watching right now Pesada and Jacka is on the practice today. The reaction on the eyes. Interesting to watching Jacka and Pesada. And now they hug each other. And that's it. I'm sorry about that. I wasn't watching the news. Here we go. Patrik Laine. Last week, we talked a lot about him. And I know some of you said that Cole does not like Patrik Laine. Cole was hard on that. David was disagree with me, everything like that. Um, you know, he has 13 goals on the power play this season with Montreal Canadiens. I believe he had 3 goals on the 5 versus 5 for the Montreal Canadiens this season. He has also 27 points, I believe, on 38 games. I'm going to give you the stats in a few minutes. Patrik Laine played his best game at 5 versus 5 last game. Patrik Laine right now on the last 2 games played 7 minutes for Montreal Canadiens for that. He has a star guys 36 games, 16 goals, 11 assists, 27 points, minus 10. Now pay attention, his shooting percentage is a 19.5. This is about 6% bigger or better than that. 9% better at an average in NHL. He's at 10.2, 10.8 average shooting percentage in NHL. He has a 13 goal power play, and he has 17 points on the power play. So when you look about this, guys, Patrik Laine become a specialist on the power play for the Montreal Canadiens. That's he is. What we can learn about this when you look about Patrik Laine, there are 2 ways. You have to like him when he produces, and you have to accept the other side of Patrik Laine on the ice. This is what he is. He become a specialist on the power play in NHL. He is not a 5 versus 5 player right now. We still have one more year with Patrik Laine at $8.7 million. He's on his final year contract. Said that, I don't think they were going to trade him. I don't think they were going to wait until the trade deadline next year, and maybe after that. We talked yesterday about how much money you want to give to him. Point behind that is more about Patrik Laine. Is it good enough to have him on your second line to carry on that kind of money and to accept the way he play? Because at the end of the day, he make the fans stand up and he can piss off the fans. That's what he is. And I'm talking about the hockey player. Now people talk about his injury, talk about his mental illness. I don't want to get there. I want to talk about you as a hockey player. Are you willing to pay that kind of money and to accept a player like him and your team? This is what I want to share with you, and that's what I would like to hear from you. Are you willing to get his work ethic, is the way his behavior around the team, or not? Are you feel comfortable to have a player like that, a specialist on the power play? This is what it is. It's a bit like a Jake Evans on the other side, where he become a specialist on the PK. You're not going to get 30 points per year max at 10 goals per year, but he become a player specialist on the PK. Are you willing to accept that kind of contract and that kind of players? I think Suzuki has Hervé as MVP. Good evening, Mark. You're right about this, Guy. Good evening, Guy and Mark. Thanks for all the likes we got so far. Let's forfeit at the hotel. My cousin said he is a bit nonchalant, but he is well surrounded. He can score like a rocket. Lenny is a risk, seeing more like 2 years. On that one for N26, team take away time, space a lot better than before. You're right about this. N26 about the, if you talk about the rest with advanced hockey equipment about this. So this is what Patrik Laine did. Suzuki has played very well again. Now, I was hard on Patrik Laine last week. I was really hard. But I want to share with you my DNA about a hockey player. I know what he can bring to the Montreal Canadiens on the power play, but it's not a type of player I like to have in my team. I hope you understand that, and I hope you don't see this. I'm negative about that because it's not my purpose of that comments right here. For me, I need more. I like player work hard. I like the blue collar players. I know he can put a puck in the net, but can a Cole Caulfield can do the same thing? Can Demidov can do the same thing? Can we get a player like a Sam Bennett at $8.5 million, take that kind of money, and to play better on the 5 versus 5, right? A 5 versus 5, it's a player where it can bring more because right now it does not produce a 5 versus 5. I see a player like Laine, he regress on the speed of the game. Smart, he can hold the puck, he can make decision. I can go all the way like that. I understand that. But for me, ah, I know I stand up and I'm screaming when he put a goal in the net, the puck in the net. But I hate a player he does not give 100%. Maybe he does his best, but I want more when I see a player like give his best. This is what I feel about him. I'll be honest with you. I hope it would be his next year, his last season with the Montreal Canadiens. I hope Montreal can get that money to give to a better player. When I say a player better at Patrik Laine, I'm talking about a 200 players, right? A player can play on defensive, he can force checking, he can be physical, he can bring a dimension of the player where we don't have. I still believe with Demidov and Michael Edge, with Demidov and the new two centers going to be with the Montreal again, we can echo Caulfield properly, can fix the problem of the loss of the goal of Patrik Laine. That's my feeling about that. I think a better player on the 5 versus 5, put the puck more on the 5 versus 5, bring those kind of the game I'm talking about. That would be better at Patrik Laine. This is my feeling, and you can be completely disagree with me, and I'm okay with that. But I'm going to give always the rewards of the player deserve it, and I'm going to be negative or hard on the player does not deserve it or deserve it. My point behind that is Patrik Laine for the couple of weeks he struggled with Montreal, and Patrik Laine had a great week last week, the 2 games he played. When he come back, he have a game of 2 points, and last week, last game, he have a really solid game against the Florida Panthers with a goal power play. Plus, his 5 versus 5 was excellent with New York beside him. I disagree when someone tells me he need better player around him. I disagree with you because Laine should drive that line. Laine should make that line better. Not another player make him better. Because if he stay at the same location, he's just waiting for puck show up on his stick, he put a puck in the net, not good for me. So I disagree when you tell me you need a better center, you need better around him. Yes, it will make that line better, but I feel it's the job at Patrik Laine to make that line like Zuski. Zuski had to carry on Caulfield and Sakaski. Laine should do that because he's the most talented, skilled players and one of the top in NHL. But unfortunately, he lost a lot on the speed of the game. And this game going to become faster and faster. And we really don't know what he looked like on the on the playoff situation. By the way, again, I could be completely wrong, and Montreal could offer him a 2 year, 3 years contract at $6-7 million. But I don't see why they would pay him lower at what he got right now. If he produces 16 goals, he's on the reach to score 35 goals in NHL right now. He's on the reach to reach about 65 points with the Montreal Canadiens. He never played a full year in the last 6 seasons. He never scored more than 30 goals for the last 6, 7 years. You have a lot of things behind that. Can he play 70 games? Can he score with 70 games 35 goals? Can he bring that line, second line, and the Montreal better at 5 versus 5? I don't have no idea. I don't have the right answer. But for me, if you ask me what kind of player you like, it's not what I like. It's not what like you like. And with that, how he show up the morning at the practice, how is behavior around the team. Is this something I have to, some player guys, I coach hockey many years. It's not NHL at all. But as a sport team, you're always a player. He's a PD player. As a player, like he's not complaining, but you have to bring him. You have to hold his hands. You have to support him. You have to tell him, yes, you're okay, guys. It's okay. Don't worry about that. Is it on you? Is it on the top of the everything happening? It's harder. I don't know. I don't have the right answer, but that's happening, and I don't know is this the right things to do or not. Right, I don't disagree, but Lenny is under contract next year. Very difficult to trade. You one more year. Lenny is useful. One is also back and not just a snapper. Zeph, I know. I agree with you, Frankie. Trugi, listen, are we taking Matthews nice over Lenny any day? I think Matthew nice guys is underrated players. Is it a playoff? Is it a playoff players? Gilbert, but he did 1 year. I think he had 14 points, 17 games, but the other year he did not do it. I think he was only played 3 years. And anyone that answer, yes, he does. Well, I hope you hear from him personally. Why not the live is a gamble anyway? The bigger question is, does he really want to be in Montreal? It's a risk for the team and search for suddenly as he play very well. So that's what the comment we got about this. I think Lenny Carrier ends out the off season is his contract here next season. Oh, is Lenny? Is 26 years old, turned 27. I could be off by 1 year, but I think I'm right about this. Let's know about Patrik Laine. There we go. 26 from from Guy. Thanks so much to confirm. So again, guys, um, I think I want to readjust this because Pierre W said I didn't want to talk about him yesterday. It's because we talk about many things within our type of event, and I didn't want to bring him. And again, I'm not negative about him. It's just that the title player I don't like. Lucian does not like Monner. For me, I have a difficult time with Lenny. But again, he score, I'll be the first one to step up. He make a great play, I'll be the first one to tell. And if that's good, I will be happy for the Montreal. It's just not on my DNA to have a player like Lenny. Hopefully you understand that. And I was born with everything against me in my life, and I try to fight to beat the odds. I like the Gallagher type, the player. I like a player, Jake Evans. I like those kind of the Doug Jarvis, the Guy Carbonneau, the Claude Lemieux. That's kind of player I like. Again, said that, guys. I have nothing against Patrick Laine. I hope for everything in his life, he do well. And the most important thing, as a human being, as a husband, has become maybe a father one day, and he put his life back on the track to be an happy man. That's the most important thing I wish for Patrick Laine. Tonight, I just want to talk about the players. That's the most important thing we can do here at the chat. Disagree, agree. We don't have the right answer. We just have sharing our different answer about Patrick Laine. So, who will be up to have Laine or Lafreniere? That's a good one, N26. That's a good question, N26. If we take a little bit longer to think about this, because Lafreniere, the possibility of Lafreniere is high, but I'm not sure he's going to reach that kind of number. Um, Lafreniere is 6'1". The physicality Lafreniere is limited. It's a good question, N26. I don't have the right answer right now. You talk about a 5 versus 5, Alex. The reason why, and because on the power play you become, central. You really on one location, and usually is a backdoor shot, right? So the goalie is not ready yet. Is not square to you. At 5 versus 5, the problem is does not go in front of the net. The many goal to add 10 more goals and the NHL guys per year, you have to be inside the 5 feet in front of the net. He's not there. He's a peripheric player, and you use his snap. But when you play at 5 versus 5, the goalie have more time to react at the snap of the Laine. So it's more difficult for him to get there. But if he was in front of the net, and the player like the 25 goal of Alex Stock or the 30 goal Alex Stock, I can promise you that. I don't have the stat in front of me, but Alex Stock have maybe 10 goal right there in front of the net. Those kind of player guys score 25 goals, 30 goals for catch shock, everything like that. That's what you do. And I thought it will be here until the deadline. You're right about this, Peter. I agree with you about that. Frankie with Lafreniere, Lenny is not a problem. A year is perfect, is a start on the power play. You're right. I've said it's not a problem. The only problem I can see, guys, is maybe inside the locker room. And when I said that, I have my reservation about this. It's just like, look, he missed 2 times since he returning with the Montreal Canadiens. A couple of games, practice, treatment day. It's un boulet. En français, on dit un boulet. C'est quelqu'un qu'on a besoin de ramener, de pousser, that's what I'm not sure about that. Good point, Luciano, about that. Here we go, guys. I don't want to pass too much time about Patrik Laine, but I think it was good to share that. We passed already 1 hour there. I don't want to give up late tonight, but I want to share a couple of things. But I want to finish this part. I have to Martin St. Louis conversation. I have Hudson versus Barra. We can talk about this a little bit later. As Martin St. Louis can become a Jack Adam nomination for the trophy if they make the playoff. I want to talk about Hudson versus Barra, 52 point each. I will talk about this later during the week. We can go with Q&A, but I want to finish with that. I want to finish, guys, the preview of the game at tomorrow night. Because this game is the biggest challenge for the Montreal Canadiens. That game make a huge statement for the development of Montreal Canadiens. That game have its front matchup inside of that game for both sides of the game, both sides of the team. You have the Ottawa Senator for years are right now on the top right now. They tried to make the playoff for what, 8 years, I believe they are. They make a couple of great trades during the summer, and they play their best hockey and this season. Ottawa Senator. The problem with Senator is the consistency of 6-7 win, then they lose 5 games. They come back with 6-7 win, they lose 5 games. They be up and down. Montreal Canadiens are 7-1-2 the last 10 games. Ottawa are 7-1 the last 10 games. Sakowski said he wanted to become a Brady Tkachuk. The last game Montreal win, Tkachuk was not there. Sakowski fight with Riley Gregg. The intensity, the rivalry are going to be at their max tomorrow. You're going to have Brady Tkachuk is going to do everything to disturb and to play in the face of the Montreal Canadiens. You're going to have an Albert Jekai ready to bounce back if something happening there. You have 2 teams fighting for the spot in NHL playoff. Both teams are different ways of rebuilding team for many years, and Montreal are only at the 3-4 years. Montreal Canadiens want to make a statement where they are, and the Ottawa Center want to tell the people, hey, no, we are the teams going to make the playoff. You have a trade Dylan Cousin for Josh Norris. One team, when they played, Norris was not there. Tkachuk was not there. Jake Sanderson played his best hockey right now. Une marque inconsistency, but une marque will be one of the reasons Ottawa out today. I'm not sure. So you have a lot of things. Jake Sanderson versus Lane Hudson. Nick Zuski versus Dylan Cousin. You can get Brady Tkachuk versus Sakaski. Montembeau versus Ulmark. If you look about the line of the Ottawa Senators, guys, they have now a depth line. We have to give credit for the new GM over there, Stan Owes, what he did, the new owners, what happening there tonight, today. The Wild beat the Kings, guys, 3-1 tonight. The Toronto got destroyed the Calgary Flames 6-2, and the Tampa Bay beat the Flyers 2-0. The Boston Bruins lost 3-2 in overtime, and the Devils beat the Columbus Blue Jackets 2-1. My point behind that, guys, is this: Claude Giroux, Tkachuk, Suzla. Patterson, Cousin, Perron. Perron is out, and he's returning. Ready Greg, Shane Pinto, and Michael Amadio. And you have now Fabien Zederland, Adam Gaudette, and Matthew Hickmore. On defenseman, they have Sanderson, Zab, Shabbat, Harmonic, and Martin Palot at Cleveland. This is a good team, Ottawa Senators. They never prove it. They never did it. They tried to do it with under a new GM and a new head coach, Travis Green. This is going to be interesting tomorrow, guys, for the Montreal Canadiens. I'm getting excited about that. This is a new rivalities, the time of long time ago, Alfredson. And this is going to be I expect a lot of fireworks tomorrow night. It's going to be physical. It's a Montreal Canadiens tomorrow night. It's going to be a lot of tension, a lot of animosity. A new rivalry is going to start. They still have more game after that. And it is going to be good for the Montreal if they can win tomorrow to get that understanding. Because if you remember, guys, we are not done understanding. Montreal Canadiens, what happening today with the loss of its friend team. Now I'm losing, guys. I'm trying to get there. Let me about 2 seconds, if you don't mind. I'm going to bring you understanding. If I can do it, I'm not sure I guarantee I can do it. But and then it's your news, radio, everything like that. This is guys the standing right now. Update after the game tonight. The Montreal Canadiens are 6 points from Ottawa Senators, but they are only 1 point at the New York Rangers, and they are 2 games in hands. The Montreal Canadiens. Montreal are 1 point in front of Detroit and the Columbus Blue Jackets, and they are 1 game in hands. They are 3 points in front of New York Islanders, and they are 3 points in front of Boston Bruins with 2 games in hands. They are 5 points in front of Pittsburgh Penguins. So Montreal Canadiens right now are chasing the New York Rangers, and they have to go in front of New York, the Detroit. I think tonight the Columbus Blue Jackets, the season is over, in my opinion. I don't see them coming back. So this is the sending we got, guys, for the Montreal Canadiens. And that's what they are. So for me, this is going to be a big, huge game for tomorrow. And we need Montreal to perform tomorrow. Whatever happening with the Columbus Blue Jacket, with the Montreal Florida Panthers, guys, this game is behind us. Montreal has to focus right now on the tomorrow night. I don't know if you're excited like me, but I am right now. I feel a playoff for Montreal Canadiens. I feel excitement. I feel those meaningful games are going to help Montreal Canadiens at long term. This is going to be good for the young core. And this is a huge game. And the fans are going to make an impact for the game tomorrow night. The atmosphere is getting there. Imagine Montreal beat Ottawa tomorrow. I predict only 81 points. I said Montreal not going to make the playoff. And I'm okay to be wrong. But for me, what is fun is to feel that what's going on with the Montreal Canadiens, a little bit what happened in 2021. Can the Montreal Canadiens make a huge impact for the rest of the season to make the playoff? I don't have no answer. Well, day by day, game by game, this is fun as a Montreal Canadiens fans. And the last 3 years, all of us together, I've been there for 5 years. Only the first year, guy, was fun because of the playoff. Send that. With Dominic Trump get fired, Mike Bergeron get fired, the new management, Jeff Gordon, Ken Hughes, Martin Saint-Louis, the rebuilding team, the NHL draft, the Sakaski, the Dimitrov, the Rebacker, the Michaelet, the Owen Beck, the Lane Hudson, the Jacob Fuller. Those guys, many of them are now with the Montreal Canadiens. The draft by Marc Bergevin with player they have right now, the trade for Nick Suzuki, the mistake, the good move. And the last 3 years we suffer as a Montreal Canadiens fans. We have to be patient. We have to wait. Some now we have some hope. We have something to talk about. We're getting excited. Why not to enjoy it? Why not to have a good time together? Why not to be behind them and said, if they make it, that'd be great. They don't make it, but they play a lot of good games like they did in the last 10 games. This is what we're looking for the Montreal Canadiens. And this, guys, we have to give credit for one specific person, Martin Saint-Louis. Many of us was disagreed to get him as a coach. Many of them said we have a Pee-wee coach. I can tell you 5, 7, 10 people in that, not in the chat, but on my video every day talking about Martin Saint-Louis against him. Martin Saint-Louis is always beat the odds. Martin Saint-Louis bring that team where they are today. Martin Saint-Louis develop those kind of players. Martin Saint-Louis make the team better. It's not the team NHL playoff yet, but it's a team is growing. It's a team is developing. It's a team get improvement every day. It's a team are going to go all the way at some point the next couple of years. It take time, but right now, guys, you and me, we have to enjoy the moment of the Montreal Canadiens. And that's the reason I come back late tonight. That's the reason I believe in Montreal Canadiens. And that's the reason I'm getting excited for the game tomorrow night. I don't know if you are like me, guys, but tomorrow is going to be the match of the year for the Montreal Canadiens against Ottawa Senators. And I can't wait to see all of you at the game tomorrow night at 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. I want to thank all the people in the chat tonight, guys. Hopefully, you are excited like I am. I don't want to play the music again. The Montreal Canadiens, we're going to play this tomorrow. But I want to finish this game, the show tonight, to thank all the moderators of the show tonight, all the people click on the likes, all the people show up every night, all the people are here talking about the Montreal Canadiens. All the people accept my voice and my opinion with respect. Without you, the show wouldn't be the same, because the only reason the show growing properly the right way, we're going to get the 9,000 subscribers the next couple of weeks, is because you are awesome. You are amazing. You are the best. And remember, you have greatness inside of you. That's exactly, I repeat this every day. You make that channel better. And that's the reason we have a great time together. And I can't wait to see you tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. Until then, my friend, of course, we want to thank the moderator. We want to thank our News Update, all the you click on the likes tonight. And of course, be well, be health. Find we not only donate your day, or find way to donate the first half of what? When Nicolas Kenneth said 2025, Nicolas is already in the bed sleep. But I know one of you will said 2025. And that's the reason we're going to have a great year together. Let's see what we are going to do tomorrow night. I don't know if you feel it. I don't know if you have it. But one thing I know, it's going to be fun to be all night tomorrow night, 7 o'clock p.m. at the Eastern Time. And don't forget, even Demida play tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock Eastern Time against the Tractor. The Tractor are the best team in the KHL this season. Big challenge for the Demida. And he has only 3 more games of Demida with the team SK before the end of the season. And they play the playoff. And that's it. He played tomorrow. He played the next 2 days. And then he played the next 5 days for Demida. The season will be over. Demida 19 goals and 30 assists for total, 49 points. Try to get 50 points for Demida. And don't forget to follow me on my X account. That's where I talk about all the Montreal Canadiens prospects. And then what happening, update every day about the result and the schedule of all the Montreal Canadiens prospects. So X account is called Frenchy 10X. is the way to reach me. I want to thank everybody, guys. I wish you an amazing great night, a sweet dream. And of course, the Hockey Nation, I should the Ab Nation want to tell you one more thing. We love you, friends. Good night, everybody. Happy St. Patrick's Day for all of you. And of course, I wish you tomorrow night, Montreal versus the Ottawa Senators. Final score, Montreal 3, Ottawa Senators 2. Maybe we'll go in overtime at that time. And the captain did it again. A goal on power play. No, not power play. On overtime. We'll see what happening, guys. Guy, have a good night. Bonsoir, mon Guy. Thank you. Was great to see you. RJ Calabro, Sébastien. Luciano, and our tap, N26. A2 was also in the chat. And many of you, Frank, Omran, and so many of you guys continue to be here every night. And again, it was a late show. I did a game at Devils and Conville du Jacket early. I'll be back tomorrow night, and I'll be back Wednesday. I maybe do it with Laval Rocket. Laval Rocket are the number one and the NHL. Until then, my friend. Booyah! Peace out, everybody.